there's no worse work than work that you don't care for when you start,
No.
you know?
I think it is also very clear to see in your work that it is really something you're passionate about.
Well, I hope so, because I am. Yeah, I try my best to make sure that everything I create, even down to weekly YouTube videos, right? If I don't think an idea is worth it, I don't do the
Mm.
video, which has absolutely come back to bite me in the ass in terms of YouTube's algorithm and pushing content and all of
Yeah.
this. But I don't want to make content that I don't think is useful. So
No.
I won't redo the same video like all these other creators do 1,000 bloody times just
Mm.
because, But at the same time, if I've improved and I think I can say in a better way or explain in more detail a certain concept, then I will revisit. But yeah, you have to be passionate about what you're doing, because if you're not, that's going to come across. And if you're not passionate, then why should your audience be passionate?
Yeah,
If you don't care,
that's
why should
true.
your audience care?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You
important
have
to
to ask
be
yourself that question.
authentic, and I think
I think
you're
it's more important than people realize as well to be authentic. I
yeah.
think not even from a success point of view, but just from a fucking happiness point of view.
Mm. I
you know,
agree.
if you're not authentic, you're going to be miserable at some point. It's just
Yeah.
not going to work. It's not sustainable, you know?
I talked a little bit about this in my I had a solo podcast. That was the first episode of WillCast here,
Mhm.
about how important it is to be yourself, and yet it is, for some reason, to a lot of people, including myself, it is one of the hardest things to do, to be yourself, but yet it is so important.
Yeah. I think there's a lot. I've actually done a lot of soul searching, like most people in the world, the past couple of years, because we've had to, right? We've been
Yeah.
stuck with ourselves for a lot longer than we usually are. But I think that's come to help people realize a certain truth, which is that you spend a lot of your life, me included, I've only been working for myself full time for about a year now. You spend a lot of your life doing stuff for other people. And to do that, you need to, because you need to pay your mortgage, you need to eat, fuck capitalism, like every man in
Mm.
the world hates it. And I do too, but, we're stuck in it. So like you need to be a certain type of person. You need to pretend to be a certain type of person in order to fulfill the role that somebody else wants of you.
Yeah.
Like I used to work at BHS, which is like a cafe, when I was younger in England, run by one of the most evil men imaginable, Philip Green.
Okay. I don't
And
know.
I hated it, right? But whenever I worked there, I had to serve people with a smile and all of this,
Mm.
right? And so many people in the world spend their entire lives doing that because they have to, that they don't really know who they are because they have to spend so long being somebody else. And that's what I had to do for a long time as well, pretending I was excited about work that I wasn't excited about, forcing myself to go into an office when I didn't want to see other people. And that's the least of it. I've had a pretty cushy life compared to some people's, horrible experiences. But that's what it comes down to. You're not allowed to be yourself because most of
Mm.
the time being yourself isn't profitable to somebody else. But
Yeah.
what people have realized in the last couple of years is that, now there is a little bit of a chance to be yourself more. There is a little bit of a chance to be more authentic and more genuine. And I think hopefully what that means is the world kind of has to respond to that a little bit and reward that kind of behavior a bit more.
Yeah.
But that was a massive tangent. So
No, no, it's good. It's I think the far majority of people in this world hate their jobs because of that
which is
fact.
terrible, right?
Yeah. Do you
Like
think that's
what?
ever gonna
What?
change?
I'm. If it was, I mean, ever the pessimist, right? Like I'm English, so I like to complain, but I think it can. I think it has the chance to. And if there ever is a time in the history of the world, then it's now, right? Technology has advanced to a point now where
Mm.
you can do pretty much any job from anywhere.
Yeah.
And the only reason that you don't is that the people that are in charge and own all of the companies at the moment are from the previous generation, where this ideology of bums on seats and be seen to be working is this idea of quality, which is, of course, not the case. But as we transition away from that generation being the driving force in the workplace, I think there is this opportunity for the workplace in general worldwide to become a bit more genuine, especially if you're talking about like, white collar office scenarios and things like that,
Mm.